Hey, how's it going, friends? Good morning. Thank you for tuning into my channel, VR Revelations. God bless you. I hope you're doing well. Please make sure you give the video a like and make sure you subscribe for future coverage. So it looks like the US is finally getting around to banning TikTok. Or rather, it looks like government officials in the Senate have joined together and decided to ban the use of TikTok by these representatives in government. And so, it looks like a couple of states have also put some sort of bans out on the application, the social media application. And of course, this isn't really surprising if you remember that the United States a while back actually banned another technology company with the name of Huawei. Now, Huawei is a Chinese multinational technology corporation headquartered in China, of course. It's widely popular still and, known for its smartphones. They do make some very high quality smartphones. And of course, the company was operating in the United States, and then the government pretty much banned it from, doing any business in the United States, and it banned any American companies from doing business with Huawei, because essentially they were saying that the Chinese government has controls of pretty much has control of everything in China, whether it's a house or a ginormous company. They can meddle in the affairs. And so the U.S. government said that China was using the company to spy on the citizens and stuff like that, which, is true. And I remember when Trump was in office, they were talking about banning TikTok, I believe, also, but they never got around to it. Looks like there was,
I think at the end of this week, really.
Sorry about that. Looks like there was more of a pushback, because a lot of kids and the youth and the modern day population does use the application, and so there was more pushback on that. But now it looks like it's gaining momentum again, and it looks like they're starting to take action. So eventually, I do think that it will be banned, just in the same way that Huawei was, because TikTok is a Chinese-owned company. As you see here, TikTok, known in China as Douyin, is a short-form video hosting service owned by the Chinese company ByteDance. And so, of course, China is using, these applications, these Chinese applications, to gather information and to try and influence the populace at large. The only hypocritical part here is that the United States makes these accusations like they don't do it themselves. Literally every government, every social media platform is being used to influence public opinion. Of course, this was just revealed with Elon Musk releasing the Twitter files and pretty much revealing how U.S. senators and congressmen, right, or politicians, U.S. politicians, were literally working with Twitter to censor, opinions and things like that, to try and influence public opinion. So everybody's doing it. But again, I don't blame the U.S. for trying to protect themselves from Chinese influence. I don't blame any nation doing that. But, on top of that, we do have this sort of economic war going on with China. So all this drama is already there. It's only going to get, more tense as these nations go back and forth with, putting sanctions on each other and banning things and stuff like that. Of course, there's a lot of American companies operating in China, and China can always retaliate if it wishes to. But let's read a little bit here from this Fox Business article. It says, TikTok continued to take the punches this week as several states implemented bans on the social media platform and U.S. lawmakers joined together for a bipartisan proposal to stop the company from conducting business transactions anywhere in the country. The proposal was introduced by Republican Senator Marco Rubio, as fears surrounding TikTok suggest it is a Trojan horse of sorts being used to spy on Americans and censor content. Again, we know that Facebook, Twitter, all these American social media apps do exactly the same. So this isn't a big accusation here. They're pretty much just mad that it's China doing it this time. So FCC Chairman Brendan Carr spoke to Fox Business on Wednesday and talked about TikTok's efforts to play triage to the situation, bringing in high-powered lobbyists and former members of Congress to avoid any type of bipartisan agreement in Congress. So there you go. TikTok is spending some money there on some lawyers and stuff, trying to push back on this, of course. It says Rubio spoke out early on about the threat TikTok poses. Others have raised concern, including FBI Director Christopher Wray, who sounded the alarm, Director of National Intelligence Avril Haines, who said parents should be concerned about the platform. Again, they go on to accuse the platform of having content that could be harmful to kids, such as a challenge where apparently they're supposed to hold their breath till they pass out. But again, it's like they're trying to villainize TikTok and Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. All these other applications are just as bad, if not worse. I mean, on Twitter, there's like pornography. Facebook, there's videos of violence. They pop up in my feed all the time. People getting knocked out and like fighting each other. So, the whole internet is pretty much corrupted. But again, this is, you got to look at the bigger picture, right? As this tension grows between these countries, especially with the West being led by the U.S., and then you have the opposing side, which, the big rivals would be China and Russia. These things are going to take place more and more. So I wouldn't be surprised to, see China ban some companies from doing business in China itself. I think that's when things can get a little dicey because, again, there are a lot of American companies doing business in China. But anyways, less TikTok for the kids, for the population at large is always a good thing. Less social media is, always a good thing. I'm not saying a full-out ban on the internet because it is a useful tool for information and for news, such as we're using it right now. But yeah, very interesting here because, again, we just found out Twitter has been working with politicians to censor stuff and influence public opinion. And so, yeah, they're right. I mean, the Chinese are going to be doing that also. They're going to try and use their social media application to influence public opinion to, try and get certain politicians elected that would be favorable to the Chinese Communist Party or to China. So we'll see here. I think that eventually it will go down the path that Huawei did. I think it will be banned. And I think, you got to watch your kids out there. Make sure they don't get depressed and, start having bad thoughts about TikTok being banned. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Let me know what you think about TikTok, if you use it, if you've heard about it, if you think the ban is a good thing, or if you think, these companies should be free to do business. Also, make sure you give the video a like and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you for tuning in to VR Revelations. Again, the truth is stranger than fiction. Stay safe and God bless.